You're in a room full of people. Maybe it's a class. Maybe it's a meeting. Maybe it's a family dinner. And then it happens. You trip. You say the wrong thing. Someone points it out. Everyone looks. And before you can even process what just happened, your face goes hot. Your cheeks flood red. Your heart starts pounding. Your mind goes completely blank. You didn't choose any of that. Your body just did it. Without asking, without warning. And the worst part? The more you think about it, the worse it gets. So what is actually happening inside your body in those excruciating seconds of embarrassment? Because the science of this is far stranger and far more interesting than you think. Let's start with the most visible, most uncontrollable, most deeply unfair thing your body does when you're embarrassed. Blushing is the only human emotional response that is completely involuntary and completely visible to everyone around you. You can fake a smile, you can hide tears. But you cannot, no matter how hard you try, stop yourself from going red. Here's what's happening underneath the skin. When your brain registers social threat, embarrassment, shame, being the center of unwanted attention, it triggers your sympathetic nervous system. That's the same system responsible for fight or flight. That system releases a chemical called adrenaline. And adrenaline causes the blood vessels in your face, specifically the tiny ones just beneath the surface of the skin, to widen dramatically. Scientists call these vessels venules. They have a unique receptor called the beta-2 adrenergic receptor that responds to adrenaline by expanding, while most blood vessels in the rest of your body actually constrict. Your facial venules do the opposite. They open wide, flooding your cheeks, nose, and forehead with blood. The result? That unmistakable, unstoppable, deep red flush that broadcasts to everyone in the room exactly how you feel. Your body literally cannot keep a secret. But here's what makes blushing truly fascinating. Humans are the only animals that blush. No other species on Earth experiences it. Charles Darwin himself called blushing the most peculiar and most human of all expressions. So why did we evolve this at all? Why would nature give us something that exposes our emotions so completely? Researchers believe blushing evolved as a social signal, a way of showing others, without words, that we acknowledge we did something wrong. It's an automatic apology, a body-level admission of accountability. And remarkably, studies show that people who blush are actually trusted more by others, not less. The red face that feels like your worst enemy is quietly making everyone around you like you more. But blushing is just the beginning. Because at the exact same moment your face goes red, your body launches a full cascade of physical reactions, most of which make the situation feel considerably worse. First, your heart rate spikes. The same adrenaline flooding your face also hits your heart and tells it to pump harder and faster. You can feel your pulse in your ears, in your throat. Sometimes your hands start to tremble slightly. Second, you start to sweat. Your body is interpreting embarrassment as a physical threat. And when it detects a threat, it activates your sweat glands, especially on your palms, forehead, and underarms. Cold, clammy hands. Damp skin. Not because you're overheated, but because your ancient survival system genuinely believes you might be in danger. Third, and this is the cruelest one, your prefrontal cortex partially shuts down. The prefrontal cortex is where your rational thinking lives. Your ability to form sentences, find words, stay calm, think clearly. When embarrassment floods your system with adrenaline, the brain redirects its resources away from rational thought and toward emotional processing and threat response. Which is why at the exact moment you most desperately need to say something smart, your mind goes completely, humiliatingly, perfectly blank. It's not a character flaw. It's not a sign of weakness or low intelligence. It's your own brain, temporarily pulled offline because it decided your social survival was an emergency more urgent than your ability to speak coherently. Now here's where embarrassment gets truly psychological. Because while all of this is happening inside your body, something equally powerful is happening inside your mind. It's called the spotlight effect. And it's the overwhelming illusion that everyone around you is watching, analyzing, and will permanently remember every detail of what just happened. Here is the truth that science has confirmed repeatedly and clearly. Other people are not paying nearly as much attention to you as you think they are. Not even close. A well-known study from Cornell University had participants wear a highly embarrassing t-shirt into a room full of strangers. The participants estimated that around 50% of people in the room noticed the shirt. The real number, measured by actually asking the people in the room? Less than 25%. Everyone else is too caught up in their own inner worlds, their own worries, their own anxieties, their own silent embarrassments, to give you more than a passing glance. The spotlight you feel so intensely, it exists almost entirely inside your own head. And yet knowing this fact intellectually doesn't make the feeling go away, because embarrassment doesn't live in logic, it lives in the body, in the nervous system, in a part of the brain that is far older and far louder than rational thought. For most of human history, hundreds of thousands of years, people lived in small, tight-knit tribes. Your survival, your ability to eat, stay warm, find a partner, raise children, depended entirely on being accepted by your group. Being rejected from the tribe wasn't just embarrassing, it was a death sentence. So your brain evolved to treat social rejection with the same urgency and the same alarm as a physical threat to your body. Embarrassment is the early warning system, the internal alarm that fires and says, "You have done something that might cost you your place in this group. Fix it, now." That's why the physical response is so overwhelming. The racing heart, the sweat, the red face, the blank mind. Your body is preparing as it has always prepared to fight for your survival. Just a different kind of survival than it used to be. And here's the part most people miss entirely. People who feel no embarrassment at all, individuals with specific damage to the areas of the brain responsible for social and moral emotions, consistently behave in ways that harm others, damage relationships, and erode communities. Embarrassment, as painful as it is one of the biological foundations of empathy. It means you are aware of others, that you care about how your actions affect them, that you understand you exist inside a community, not just inside yourself. So the next time you feel that awful heat rise in your face, the next time your heart pounds in your ears and your thoughts dissolve, and every atom of you wants to disappear through the floor, remember what is actually happening. Your ancient brain is protecting your place in the world. Your face is communicating honesty without a single word. Your body is doing exactly what hundreds of thousands of years of human evolution designed it to do. The redness will fade, researchers say, usually within 90 seconds. The people around you noticed far less than you believe. And the very fact that you feel this so deeply that this matters to you means you are someone who genuinely gives a damn about others. And in a world increasingly full of people who don't, that is actually something worth being proud of.